Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another episode of the Backyard Sportscenter podcast. I am Natastic28. Today, I am here with your favorite form of madness. It is the Mike Madness.
Very well done on the intro there. Hello, everyone. rBBL rookie here.
Funny enough, it is March Madness as we're doing this podcast, too.
That's actually what I based my gamer tag off of. March Madness, my favorite time of the year.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you in the bracket pool that Crazy's got going?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. I tend to do like 5 or 6 brackets, March Madness. And every single time, each and every single one of my brackets gets busted by the Sweet 16.
That's basically everyone.
Closest I've had to a perfect bracket was, I think, 2018. It was perfect through Sweet 16, and then, Loyola Chicago came in and totally wrecked it.
Oh, wow. That's really good. That's really impressive. Not that many people can say they've gotten the perfect bracket for the Sweet 16. That's really, really good. Who do you think's going to win the championship this year?
I have one bracket for Kansas. I've got one for Alabama, one for Duke, and one for Tom Izzo and Michigan State.
Yeah, so you got a lot of variety there. Who do you want to win, or do you have like a personal like preferences for like favorite team?
Well, being from Jersey, I am a Rutgers Scarlet Knights fan. Unfortunately, Rutgers got snubbed, so I am going to go with the Duke Blue Devils.
Nice. So were you a big Coach K fan?
Yeah,
One of the coaching goats for sure.
I was a huge Coach K fan. He's tough as nails, a take, no prisoners, no nonsense coach. Coached Team USA in the Olympics for who knows how long. Coached the Dream Team, the Redeem Team. He was fantastic.
Glad you mentioned the Olympic team. I didn't even remember that, but yeah, that's a good point. He also did very well with that as well. I still have to finish my my couple brackets. I don't know exactly who I'm gonna pick to win.
It's always a good idea to start with the Cinderellas, the double-digit seeds. 11 seeds and 12 seeds win about half their opening matchups. 10 seeds win about 45%, and you can take it around further with those double-digit seeds because they make the Sweet 16 about 40 to 45% of the time. Don't be that guy who takes a 16 to beat a 1. It's only happened once.
Yeah, I don't plan on doing that. I am going to do like one bracket entirely opposite just to see if can be the worst and get the 100 clanky coins.
I just start with Cinderellas and end with top seeds.
So like I'll have a 16 seed winning the tournament.
Don't count on all 4 number 1 seeds making it to the Final Four. We lose a 1 seed, at least one number 1 seed by the Elite 8. We lose a 2 seed by the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8, and expect at least one 6 seed or below to make the Final Four.
Well, you really know your stuff and your historical data when it comes to it.
I've been burned on these brackets far too many times.
Yeah, it's pretty common occurrence for people's brackets to get busted, but maybe this is your year. Maybe you'll get your perfect bracket.
Don't count on it. The odds against the perfect bracket are astronomical. We're talking 1 in 9 quintillion.
Oh wow! I didn't know the exact number. I knew it was a lot. That's really big.
That's why Warren Buffett had that $1 billion bracket challenge for a while.
Oh wow! Yeah, I did remember that. Yeah.
Perfect bracket netted $1 billion.
Now, what would you do with $1 million?
Not $1 million, $1 billion.
What would you do? Okay, what would you do with $1 billion?
I have no idea, but for a perfect bracket, it was well worth it.
Okay, if you get a perfect bracket, Mike, and you get $1 billion, you gotta buy the Backyard Sports IP for us.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I do with that kind of money.
I'm just messing with you, but that'd be really cool. That's something that we've kind of like, if one of us ever wins the lottery or something.
I mean, I've already got potential lineups in mind for Backyard Sports if it was done today.
Yeah, I know you've I've seen your suggestions as far as like what the representative for each team, if it was kind of currently, you posted that in the online Discord for a few different times. It's a very interesting discussion to have.
Yeah, Yeah, one representative for each team, and cover athlete of one of the game's hottest players. For hockey, it would be Ovechkin, obvious. For football, I would guess it would be either Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys or maybe Saquon Barkley. I don't know. For baseball, you gotta have it. Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, or Pete Alonso. And for basketball, LeBron?
I think for football, you got to have Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, basketball's an.
You could have callbacks to past games as unlockables, throwback players, throwback fields. You could even have Chuck Downfield as an unlockable, as a player.
That'd be interesting. There's so much kind of imagination you can have as far as what would make a good game and everything. It's really fun to think about.
And I even thought a backyard kart racing game featuring IndyCar, NASCAR, and F1.
That would be fun. Kind of like Mario Kart, but with backyard kids.
Yeah, and some of racing's top stars. So if that kind of game were made, you could have someone like Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Grosjean from IndyCar, Alexander Rossi. You could have Lewis Hamilton as an unlockable.
I'll take your word for it on for the racings. I don't really follow that too much, but I'm sure all those would be wonderful candidates. So, Mike, how did you initially, find the online community for backyard baseball?
How did I initially find the online community for backyard baseball? I initially found it when I was searching up Discord communities for backyard baseball, for backyard sports. And I was planning out my traditional New Year's Eve stream on Twitch back around, I want to say, late November, early December. So I stumbled onto a few backyard baseball Twitch streamers, and I see this Discord link pop up and led me to Backyard Baseball Online. I thought to myself, what the heck is this? There's a competitive scene for my favorite childhood game series? Sure enough, there was. Made a few teams, was really bad at online play at first, but as I got more games under my belt, I started getting better and better. I beat Jibbo a couple weeks ago, and he was pretty good. He gave me a run. And once we got into the new year, I hopped onto an Itanium video on YouTube and started chatting him up on YouTube, and he told me about the rBBL. And that's how I got into the rBBL server.
Yeah, now you're actually in the rBBL. So how does it feel? I know you took over for one of the coaches that left mid draft. You drafted the remainder. I think it was like 7 players or so that you.
It was 8 players. He had drafted Lofton, and then he just bailed. So I had to clean up for him. Honestly, I think I drafted well, but the park he left me with is kind of screwing me up. I'm in the process of doing a side season, and apparently my team's doing better at places like Cement Gardens and Playground Commons.
That makes sense, actually, because you have a lot of pretty good speed, especially with Kenny and Maynard and Francis. So having those bouncy fields are going to benefit you more, especially with those players.
Especially if Kenny gets on base. He was the Jose Reyes, the late 90s and early 2000s. Pardon the Mets reference, I'm a huge New York Mets fan. 2023 is going to be the year of the orange and blue November.
I don't know if you ever talked to him about this, but I know Yura is a huge Mets fan as well.
I haven't talked to Yuria much. So, and pardon the background noise if you've got any. I've got the Disney Channel simulcast of the Caps Rangers game. They're billing it as the NHL Big City Greens Classic. Pretty bizarre, but I'm loving it.
Oh, nice.
Disney's tapping into their vast media catalog to grow the game, expand the game for younger audiences. I'm just waiting on a Phineas and Ferb version.
That would be interesting.
Maybe for the Devils Blackhawks game on April 1st?
I don't know. Talk to Disney about it.
That would be fun. Get Phineas and Ferb, Milo Murphy's Law, and the new Hamster and Gretel show together for Devils Blackhawks. That would be insane. But anyway, yeah. My team's basically more suited for places like Playground Commons. But of course, I'm stuck at Parks, which is a childhood favorite field of mine. But when I was playing this game religiously as a kid, I would just stack my team in my favor, all power, all speed, which is more suited for Parks. So I would have guys like Bonds and Sosa and Pablo, Pete Wheeler.
Yeah, for sure. We all, a lot of us, have did that, and then you stack your team and you score like 20 plus runs each game.
Exactly. I would never build a backyard baseball team without Pablo and Pete.
I think I usually always tried to get Pablo. I don't know if I've every team with Pete Wheeler. My go tos were I always had to have Pablo and I always had to have Ahmed.
I always had to have Pablo, and I always had to have Pete Wheeler. For my catcher, mind you, I was playing 03, so for my catcher, I had to have Piazza. As a Mets fan, I would hide Pete Wheeler at second base because he covered a lot of ground very fast. He would also be my leadoff. I would just bunt with him. I would kind of have to have Vicky Kawaguchi at short, and I would alternate between her and Jeter. I'd have Jeter at third, alternating with Kawaguchi. My outfield, Bonds at left, Sosa at right, and at center, I think it would be Troy Gloss at center.
It's an interesting place to put Troy Gloss at center. I thought you to be a third base or first base.
Yes, but third base was usually taken up by either Jeter or Vicky Kawaguchi. I had to have speedsters there.
Yeah, it's an interesting lineup for sure. But, if it works and you have fun with it, then, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I had Pete and Vicky as my top two hitters. Get that speed on the base path for Pablo Sanchez to just clear him out.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a pretty good team. You're not going to be able to get that team in the rBBL or the online league, that's for sure. Nobody is. A lot of those players are first or second round players.
And once they go, so do their clones.
Most of the time that is very true, though. I know like some of them sometimes for some reason like the clone will go even earlier than the player sometimes, or sometimes the people will there might be like a round or two between them. I've seen that. Somebody actually drafted Albert Pujols in the first round one year.
Wait, what?
Yep. Yeah, someone drafted Albert Pujols, and I think that someone also drafted Angela first overall one season.
Why would you draft Angela Delvecchio first overall? I get that she's a good pitcher, but she is not worth first overall.
I think it was more for just because to be funny.
She is not worth first overall. I'm sorry.
I totally agree that she's not, but I think it was more for the memes.
You don't do
that. Yeah, typically, if you want to win, you don't
pick Angela. You don't pick Angela if you want to win.
Have a meme team or a meme picks. But it's pretty much true, especially for the rBBL. Now, on online, it's a little bit different. Angela's actually a pretty decent player online when it comes to that versus the rBBL. But let's get into some of the results from week 4. So we had the Blue Jays of Oops beating the Rockies 12-5. Oops beating Crazy.
Oops' team is especially defensive. If I'm to put a Pokemon spin on this, his all-tall team is very capable of stopping line drives, stopping the power swings. There was just nothing Crazy could do on this. And Crazy 8's is having an uncharacteristically bad start to his season. I believe he's 1-3, so he's got to pick it up. He and I both have to pick it up if we want to get back into playoff contention.
Yeah, Crazy usually isn't, doesn't usually start out like this, but, he's always capable to put up a 25, 30-point outing every once in a while, so it'll happen. I'll just wait and see when that will actually happen. Yeah, the Blue Jays are 2-2, so that moves, Oops up the second in the division.
And he's already announced that this is going to be his last ride, so he wants to go out on top.
Yes, definitely he does. He will definitely be missed. I know a lot of, I know for me personally, I've been, here since season 7, and, Oops has always been, wonderful member of this community, and, an admin for the server for, I think, since like season 4 or something. So he definitely will be missed for sure. Then the next game we got was Question Monkey's Pirates against Missouri's Boston Royals. Question Monkey with the upset, and this was the first loss for the Royals, putting up 10 runs or a plus 10 for the Pirates. Looks like that Cement Gardens has slowed down the Royals offense.
Yeah, Cement Gardens is not the best place to play. It rewards speed, it rewards defense, and it rewards patience. I've had more than my fair share of Cement Gardens games throughout my backyard baseball career, and it is about the toughest place to play that I've ever seen. Props to Question Monkey for beating Vissery. Seeing Vissery scores, you would think he's a canker sister. Pull from Ed, Ed, and Nettie. He is merciless. He is ruthless. And his team is no joke. I am glad I don't get him this season.
Oh, really? That is very lucky. It looks like that Bonds, Gaudreau, and Alexis Weiss all had multiple RBIs in that one, propelling the Pirates to win that game. Pirates are now 2-2. This entire division has at least 2 wins so far, which is really crazy to think about. That's, we're just started week 5, and everyone in the AL East already has at least 2 wins.
That is basically the NL Central last season. Or actually, no, that's actually the AL East this past MLB season. It was super close, except if your team was the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, the AL East usually is pretty good. At least, it always seems like at least 4 of the 5 teams are like in that 85 or higher win range.
Yeah, I think the Orioles can get into that 85 win range this season as well.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of Orioles fans in this community. I know Killer Bat's a huge Orioles fan. I know Silver Bullet's a huge Orioles fan. I know there's a few others as well, but those are the 2 that kind of pop up into my head right away. The next game we got was your game. Lost 3-2. That just stinks when it's that close.
Yeah, Hellerman came through for me on the user end with another Hellcat hounding. 11 Ks for Hellcat Hellerman. That home run to Futterman that I gave up, though, that was the difference maker.
Now what you got to do is you got to spell Hellcat with a K-A-T for all the strikeouts that she's been getting.
The last check, she is 87 away from the record. I'd have a countdown to history on my stream from week 5 on.
I like it. I like the you're setting a goal, and I think that I think there's a good chance that you get that and break that based on what you've done.
She's on an 11 strikeout per game pace. If she keeps this up, she will have over 150 strikeouts in the season.
Wow, that's just boggles my mind.
She's basically been my Jacob deGrom.
Yeah, that's a very good analogy for that.
Now, I just hope she doesn't leave in the off season like deGrom did.
Well, if with this case, it won't be because Hellerman doesn't want to play with you that somebody might steal her away from you, but it won't be because of Hellerman not wanting to play with you.
Yeah, but that Expos game was a killer. Had I had 1 or 2 more big hits, I'd be 2-2 right now. Or if I didn't give up that home run to Futterman, I'd be 2-2.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes you get a bunch of hits and you're just waiting for that one big hit to put you over the top, and sometimes it seems like it just never comes. I know that I've had that kind of feeling many times. Oh wow, you had 16 hits that game and only 3 runs.
Yeah, the one area that I've been improving on is plate discipline, patience, waiting for my pitch, trying out the at-bats.
Well, that game you had it on extra hard mode. It seems like getting 16 hits is really, really good. So if you can get like 16, if you can get that 15 to 20 hits a game, you're probably going to end up scoring around 8 to 10 runs a game. That's just some tough luck right there.
I wasn't getting bounces. I thought I had a couple of alley home runs, but they turned out to be ground rule doubles.
Ah, that's the worst. You think it's going to be a home run, and then it tells you it's a double. For some reason, when you think it's a double, it's going to be a homer, and when you think it's a homer, it's going to be a double.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. The next game we had Itanium's Giants putting up a massive outing here, plus 26 to plus 5. The Evil Rays got squashed by the Giants.
Classic Itanium, what can I say?
I don't know how many. It looks like Parker Collin won Batter of the Week, partially to this 26 run or plus 26 outing, 4 for 5, a double, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, and scored 4 runs. That's a truly Batter of the Week worthy performance. Joel Minotti is actually leading the league in RBIs with 16. And Roof Prout is batting 1,000 on the season as well. Next game we got, which was Freak Show versus Loba at TCA. Both coaches putting up a really, really good offensive output, but Freak Show just had an amazing plus 34, 25 runs scored. Just incredible. I know PJ Sharif had a big day of all the power-ups that he was getting. Loba had a good day too, but there's not much you can do when somebody's going to put up a 30-piece.
Sharif just got too many power-ups for Marlins to handle.
Yeah, 16 runs, you think you're doing pretty good, but then when you see someone put it up 34, aren't you lucky that Freak Show didn't put 34 up against you?
No, I won by the phantom decimal.
A win is a win, right?
Yes, a win is a win no matter how you get it.
That is very true. Another close game that was the Cardinals and Cello against the Monsters of Europe. Plus 13 to plus 11. The Greens and the Green Monsters pulling out that one, just squeaking it. I know Cello had a good game, but just came up a little bit short.
Those are the games you want to have back. Those close shave games where you think you have it, but you just fall short. I think Cello wants that one back.
I would agree with that. I think you definitely would want a certain couple of hits back or something, like maybe don't remember too much, but maybe you have the bases loaded and you hit a couple infield flies or something, and you kind of squander the opportunity, and then you end up losing by a run or two. The next game we got was Slim's Mariners putting up a plus 15 and Wizard putting up another really good offensive outing, plus 26 for the Mets. Sammy Sosa won Batter of the Week, going 4 for 5, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. And also, Sonia Hagen had 6 innings, a complete game, 5-hit shutout with 7 strikeouts. Seeing 7 strikeouts seems almost nothing from what all the outputs that you've been putting up.
It's going to be a race to the record, that's for sure. Wizards Mets, they are the class of the NL right now. Class of the NL West. It's going to be a dogfight between the Mets, Braves, and Angels. See who takes the West.
I definitely think that the Mets are going to probably win that division. As much as I don't want to say that, I think it's going to be the Mets, the Fishes, and the Monsters are going to be the top 3 in the National League. That's how it's looking right now. But another kind of an upset, at least early on in the season, was the Fishes only putting up a plus 8 against Personizzle's Reds. That was at Steel Stadium. Seems like the grass slowed down. The Fishes not able to get that bounce like that dirt yard, only getting a plus 8. Not the best field necessarily. And Personizzle's been putting up some really good offensive outings, especially at home. Plus 17 is a really good score.
Yeah, dirt yards, not the best field. I could say the same about Ekman Acres, but the Reds made the best of it, putting him plus 17.
6 home runs. Pablo had 2 home runs, and then Kay had 1, Vargas had 1, Nancy had 1, and Fabian had 1 as well. So that was what propelled them to getting that plus 17. The next game was my Braves. We beat the Bombers and Jaker. Plus 10 to plus 5. Rachel was the catalyst in this one. Rachel hit a massive grand slam that sealed it for me.
And that was the simul stream that I did.
Oh, that was for 03.
What is with the Bombers? 0-4. What is that team looking like?
Well, I know Jaker, is trying to get back into the swing of the things. I know he had a couple close losses. Lost to the Fishes AI, and then I know he had a plus 3 against the Monsters, and then a plus 2 against the Angels. So this was his best game in the season, and definitely made some strides. And I think the more he plays with this team, maybe he'll get a plus 10 next week.
And the next game is Angels plus 19 over the Padres plus 1. No words. The Padres' name is cursed.
Yeah, I don't know. It must have been extra hard mode. Angels putting up a really solid score though. Good luck, Bobby. Put in the work. Plus 19. That's really, really good. I know it's one of his highest scores that he's ever gotten. So that's might even be the highest he's ever scored. And the last game for week 4 was the Cubs, and I believe the Cubs
and the Red Sox.
Yeah, the Cubs are Magnitude winning over Alex. Red Sox are just on the struggle bus as well. 0-4. Hopefully to get their first win at some point, but this was not their week. Magnitude putting up a +8. Not putting up as many runs as he's been putting up, but it still was enough to beat the Red Sox and move them to 3-1 as well.
I think the Red Sox name is cursed too, as I'm taking a look now at the 0-3 schedule, seeing where the Red Sox are in that league. Yeah, the Red Sox 1-3, and they're being headed up by a Sports Illustrated writer in the 0-3 league. So the Red Sox name 1-7 between both leagues.
Yeah, as far as the 0-3, Lil Waz has been slowly improving each week, so I think he'll get some more wins before the season's up for sure. And then let's look at some of the matchups for week 5. I know my game and going against Bobby, that's probably going to be a simul stream, so that should be really fun. I know battle of 3-1 teams in the NL West definitely will be a good matchup. Don't know if I'm going to end up winning this one, but going to have fun and try my best. And hopefully Rachel and Susan Gore can hit some more home runs.
I've got Crazy and the Rockies, battle of the 1-3 teams. I think if Hellerman puts up another Hellcat hounding, I think he'll be fine.
I think you're gonna need to hope that Crazy scores less than 10 runs, and you're gonna have to score the most runs you've scored in any game so far. I saw that scrim that you scored 18 runs, so maybe you can, if you can replicate that against Crazy, I think you have a good shot of winning.
Yeah, but that game was at Playground Commons.
This game I believe will be at Dirt Yards.
Twins Rockies. I think he's got Parks for his home field. Yeah, he's got Parks.
Oh, he does have Parks, so you don't escape Parks. Well, hopefully Lofton can get on base for you, and
he has been getting on base.
So you just gotta use that speed and get him around to score.
Yeah, Lofton has been getting on base, but not as often as I'd like.
Yeah, another couple games that kind of look really interesting is Giants and Pirates playing again. I know that the Giants put a whopping on them at Parks, but this is at Cement Gardens, and teams have been kind of struggling to score there. And the Pirates just came off of a massive victory, so maybe the Pirates can slow down the Giants this week too.
I expect it to be a shootout. This is a pair of offensive powerhouses, a pair of very good coaches. I think this is going to be a shootout.
So we also have the Reds versus the Red Sox. That's a lot of red.
Is this that Disney Pixar movie Seeing Red that got snubbed at the Oscars? Or Turning Red.
I don't know, but I'm definitely seeing red in this matchup.
Reds and the Red Sox. I would have to give it to the Reds. Sorry, Alec, but the Red Sox ain't getting their first win in week 5.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. Cubs Monsters.
I don't see them getting their first one in week 6 either. A team's just too good at this point. Maybe just before the break in week 7 against the Expos.
I think that's probably a good shot. I would agree with you. That's probably their best shot in the first half of the season to get a win. Cubs Monsters should be interesting. Both teams are doing really well in the NL East. That's a real key division matchup right there. And if the Cubs win, they'll go into a tie for first place in the division.
Yeah, Monsters are the last unbeaten. I think the Cubs might pull this one out.
That would be a pretty big upset.
That's if the Monsters don't pull out another double-digit drubbing.
And then I believe this one is going to be at Playground. So a good offensive field for both teams. And then I think the kind of last one.
And I'm looking at Blue Jays Marlins. Pair of 2-2 teams. Winner takes sole possession of second in the AL West, pending the result of Astros Expos.
Yeah, I don't think that the Expos are going to have much of a chance against the Astros, but The Astros did put up against you, and you got that win. So who knows? And I think that is cement as well for the Expos.
No, that was Parks for Astros Twins.
But people have been struggling to score, so we'll see if the offense translates from TCA over to Cement Gardens. You would think it will, but because of both cement fields, but you never know. Yeah, I think that's all the matchups for week 5. A lot of good matchups for the 0-1 league. Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
I just hope I get to 5 wins this season. Build off of that and make a better team for season 11.
Let's go, Mike. Let's get those wins. You got this.
And Hellcat Hellerman, let's get to 131 strikeouts.
I think that you're gonna be able to do it. I think you got it.
If she gets to 131, let's just say her boyfriend Ash Ketchum is gonna have a little surprise for her.
Okay, I guess you have that to look forward to as well.
I'm not sure if you've seen my player personalities for the Twins, but if you have, I kind of paired Amanda Hellerman up with Ash Ketchum.
I heard about that. I don't know if I've actually read. I think you posted that in the media channel or something.
Yeah,
but I did hear about that matching.
Ash Ketchum wants to be the best Pokemon trainer, and Hellerman shooting for history. Why not?
Okay, you heard it here first. Yeah, with that, thanks, Mike, for hopping on. I know you Ben.
I think I might be doing the match of the week in week 5. I'm not sure.
Oh, are you commentating?
Yeah, I think I'm on the roster for that. Again, I am not sure.
I know all the match of the weeks that I've heard that you've done really well, and I'm looking forward to if you are commentating for this match of the week. I'm looking forward to it. Should be an amazing game. I don't know exactly what game it is. I'll have to figure that out still, so I'll have to make sure to get that discussion going in the chat.
Yeah, I am on commentary for week 5 match of the week, so expect some MLB commentator catchphrases. But anyway, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I love the MLB phrases that you throw in there. That's a really nice kind of Easter eggs and stuff. I really like that.
Yeah, I threw in Gary Thorne, goodbye home run. Bob Carpenter, see you later. Hawk Harrelson, Rick Manning, he's out of room, it's out of here.
I guess you gotta keep us in suspense for what calls you might have for this match of the week. Can't give away all your secrets.
Oh, I'm planning on throwing in some more commentator MLB catchphrases. I'll just have to wait and see the week 5 match of the week.
Yep. Looking forward to that. Thanks again for hopping on, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Laters.